Maybe you were wondering how the intro videos work, and so I thought I would tell you to not leave you in suspense forever. The first one, I used some ice, and the ice glows green in an area with the letters KC for kitchen chemistry. The green glow comes from this, which is tonic water, and in particular a chemical in it called quinine, which converts blue light into green light. I can show you that by shining this blue torch through the side of this bottle of quinine. There's a better picture here. The second one is a type of invisible ink. Invisible ink you can make in many ways, and they often develop by heating them, which was what I was doing on my kitchen hot plate. But the one that I used wasn't lemon or milk, which are the usual ones. It was baking soda because it's a little bit darker. It's not a very good invisible ink because you can see it and it leaves it a bit crusty. But if you make a solution of baking soda and paint it into letters, you can make it develop in that way. Be careful with that though, because obviously it's easy to start a fire. At the bottom was an apple, which behaved very similar, but it wasn't the same chemistry. It was still baking soda, but what's going on is completely different. The reason that the apple goes brown is that an enzyme called phenol oxidase makes a brown colouring, a type of polyphenol, out of some precursor molecules. The enzyme works better in basic conditions than it does in acid conditions, so the apple, being acid, is not the best place for it to go. So all I had to do was make areas of the apple in the shape of KC for kitchen chemistry, a little bit less acidic, using some sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate from my baking soda. That's possible, and it's also well known. You may do that in the kitchen already by keeping apple slices, for example, from going brown for a little bit longer by putting lemon juice on them, which is effectively exactly the same trick. Then for the last trick that I did, I etched some zinc-plated steel using exactly the same thing as I did in my other video. I used a mixture of vinegar, about 5% vinegar, so this half or slightly less than half concentrated, or normal vinegar at full concentration with salt in it. To mask off the letters, I sprayed through a stencil, the same stencil that I used to make this, using a spray that was, instead of being this silver, which I used for this, it was a varnish, spray varnish, which just blocked off the access of the acid to the letters and enabled it to etch in the other ones and make it dark. You can see from the difference between that and when there's copper in there that the copper makes it even blacker, but I didn't want to put too much copper in there. So now you know all of my secrets of kitchen chemistry, at least until I find out some new ones for next year.